Good morning. We'll just give folks a minute to come in from the waiting room. And as a reminder, when you are entering from the waiting room, please do remain on mute unless or until you are appearing before the board. Good morning. This is a hearing before the licensing board for the city of Boston. Today is Wednesday, August 3rd, 2022. Today's hearing is being held pursuant to temporary amendments to the open meeting law. That is what allows us to meet virtually. Today's hearing is being recorded and will be posted to the City of Boston's website. Before I review procedural matters, I will introduce Chairwoman Kathleen Joyce.
Thank you, Danny. Good morning. My name is Kathleen Joyce. I'm chair of the Boston Licensing Board, and today I'm joined by Commissioner Liam Curran and Commissioner Kiana Saxon.
Thank you. And as a reminder, please do remain on mute unless or until you are appearing before the board. Please ensure that your audio and visuals are working properly. I will call each item in the order it appears on this morning's agenda. I will then ask who is present on behalf of the applicant. You will then make a brief presentation regarding your proposal, followed by questions by the chair and commissioners. Following questions, there will be testimony beginning with elected officials or their representatives. Please limit your testimony to 2 minutes, and please state your name, address, and affiliation, if any. Begin with item number 1 on this morning's agenda, calling Shaw's Supermarkets, Inc., doing business as Star Market, located at 53 Huntington Ave. Holder of a retail package store all alcoholic beverages license, has petitioned to change the manager of the licensed business from Kevin J. Bacon to Giuseppe Granata. Attorney Nick Zazula. Attorney Zazula.
Good morning, Executive Secretary Green, Madam Chair, members of the board, Attorney Nick Zazula, McDermott, Quilty and Miller, 28 State Street in Boston. I do see the manager of record on, Giuseppe Granata. Joe, can you turn your camera on for the chairwoman and the board, please, while I give the introduction? I see him on as Giuseppe Granata, but I don't see him on video. I don't know if he's able to turn on his video. I know that's a requirement, Madam Chair. But if in order to not delay more of the hearing while he gets his camera on, I can go ahead and just read into the record. Mr. Granata has a lot of experience in the grocery store and the supermarket industry. He actually has been a manager of record on a liquor license before in the Commonwealth. He was most recently the manager of record, the applicant's liquor license at their Cambridge, Mount Auburn location for approximately 2 years. And he's moved over to this now as the new proposed manager of record. He's been with Shaw's Star Market for over 33 years in the supermarket industry, so he has a lot of experience in various roles in stores as well. As required, Madam Chair, he is a citizen of the United States. He's a resident of Massachusetts. He is over 21 years of age, and he is tip certified as a result of being the manager of record at the other location. So he's familiarized himself with the rules of the board, the rules of the city, and
Yep, I just turned.
the retail package store licensees.
I did it. It's on now.
Any questions you might have? I don't know if he's, oh, there he is. He's on.
We see him now.
Perfect. So I filibustered long enough for Giuseppe to get on, and he's on camera here as well. So thank you, Joe, for joining us. So again, Madam Chair, happy to answer any questions you may have of us or thank you.
Thanks, Attorney Zazula. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Granata. Where in the Commonwealth do you live?
I don't know if he's having technical difficulties, Madam Chair, but he lives in Billerica.
Okay. Thank you. I don't have any other questions. Commissioner Curran or Commissioner Saxon, do you?
No questions, thank you.
No questions, thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter, beginning with elected officials or their representatives? Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Seeing none, the board will take this under advisement. Thank you.
Thank you.
Calling items 2 and 3, Diamond Rock Boston Broad Street Tenant LLC, doing business as Hilton Boston Downtown Faneuil Hall, located at 89 Broad Street, and Diamond Rock Boston Tenant LLC, doing business as Westin Boston Waterfront, located at 425 Summer Street. Holder of an in-holder all alcoholic beverages license has petitioned for a change in officers directors of the corporation. Who is present on behalf of the licensee? Is there anybody with us on behalf of Diamond Rock Boston? Okay, we will take a second call for these items later on. Calling item number 4, Chilton Club, located at 150 through 152 Commonwealth Ave. Holder of a club all alcoholic beverages license has petitioned for a change of officers directors. Who's present on behalf of the licensee?
I am present. My name is Carol Bliss. I'm the general manager and COO of the Chilton Club. And I just, every year we just have change our officers and directors based on who's been voted in for the year. So I just want to update that for you.
Thank you. Any operational changes?
No operational changes.
Okay, I don't have any questions. Commissioner Curran or Commissioner Saxon, do you?
No questions, thank you.
None for me, thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter, beginning with elected officials or their representatives? Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? The board will take this under advisement as well. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Calling item number 5, Gray's Liquors, Inc., doing business as Oak Square Liquors, located at 610 Washington Street in Brighton. Holder of a retail package store all alcoholic beverages license has petitioned for a change of officers, directors, LLC manager of the corporation. Who is present on behalf of the licensee?
Pamela Condelis, Secretary.
Great. Thank you for being with us this morning. If you could just let the board know what the changes are that you're proposing.
Just cleanup of the license, change of director that has deceased, and a change of address.
Okay, thank you for joining us. Just confirming for the record, are there any operational changes?
None.
Okay, commissioners, do you have any questions?
No, thank you.
None for me, thank you.
Thank you very much. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter, beginning with elected officials or their representatives? Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Seeing none, the board will take this under advisement. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Calling item number 6, Patina Marine Life LLC, located at Central Wharf. Holder of a general on-premise all alcoholic beverages license has petitioned for a change of officers, directors, LLC manager. Who is present on behalf of the licensee?
Good morning, Chairwoman Joyce, Commissioners, Secretary Green, Tom Miller, McDermott, Quilty, and Miller on behalf of the licensee. This is just to change the corporate officer level only. The former president, Chris Harder, has left, replaced by Dana Pelicano. There are no other changes to corporate structure. There are no changes to the day-to-day operation. Just corporate machinations and shifting. We're happy to answer any questions you may have.
I have no questions. Commissioners, do you?
None for me, thank you.
None for me, thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter, beginning with elected officials or their representatives? Are there any other individuals who would like to testify? The board will take this under advisement as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Calling item number 7, Boston Inn 4 LLC, located at 911 Boylston Street. Holder of a common victular 7-day all alcoholic beverages license has petitioned for a change of officers, directors, LLC manager. Secondly, has petitioned to change the manager of the licensed business from Jennifer Smoz to Dana John O'Keefe. Attorney Andrew Upton. Attorney Upton.
Good morning, everyone. Andrew Upton, Connell, and Devlin for the licensee. We have an officer change, and more importantly, we have a manager change to Dana O'Keefe, who's on video with us. He is a U.S. citizen, Mass resident. He has extensive experience in food and beverage industry. He's familiar with the rules and regulations of the board and the Commonwealth. And we have no operational changes to the facility, just change of officer and change of the manager of record. And we're glad to answer any questions.
Thank you, attorney. I have no questions. Commissioners, do you?
None, thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter, beginning with elected officials or their representatives? Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Board will take this under advisement. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Calling item number 8, PT Opco LLC, doing business as Pink Taco, located at 374 Congress Street. Holder of a common victular 7-day alcoholic beverages license has petitioned for a change in officers, directors, LLC manager. Lastly, has petitioned to change the manager of the licensed business from Robert Haberek to John Boucher. Attorney Caroline O'Connell. Attorney O'Connell.
Good morning, everyone. We're here on 2 fairly minor changes. One is a change of officers. We're removing Edward Algio and Randall Sharp as officers of the company and adding Angelo Pietrucci. And then the second change is we are changing the manager, license manager to John Bush, who is on the call with me this morning. He has a decade of experience as a licensed manager in the Commonwealth. He's knowledgeable about the laws of the Commonwealth regarding alcoholic beverage service, is a resident of Massachusetts and a US citizen, and there are no operational changes to the licensee.
Thank you, attorney, and thank you, Mr. Bush, for joining us. Did you state that he has already been approved as a manager of record by this board, or did you say another board?
Another board, not in Boston, but he's been a licensed manager in the Commonwealth.
Okay, thank you. I don't have any questions. Other than this manager record, are there any other operational changes?
None.
Okay. Commissioners, do you have any questions?
I do not, thank you.
No questions for me. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter, beginning with elected officials or their representatives? Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Great, thank you. Then the board will take this matter under advisement as well.
Thank you.
Thank you. Calling item number 9, 5 Iron Golf Boston LLC, doing business as 5 Iron Golf, located at 1 Washington Mall. Holder of a common victular 7-day all alcoholic beverages license has petitioned to amend the description of the licensed business from in one room on ground floor with reception area to golf simulators, bar, kitchen, storage, and office space in rear, in one additional room on lower level with 11 golf simulators, seating areas and bar, storage, locker rooms, and restrooms, total seating capacity 56 to 17,576 total square feet in one room on ground floor with reception area, 4 golf simulators, seating areas and bar, kitchen, storage, restrooms, and office space in rear, in one additional room on lower level with 11 golf simulators, seating areas and bar, storage, locker rooms, and restrooms, total seating capacity 65. Attorney Dennis Quilty. Attorney Quilty.
Good morning, Attorney Green, Madam Chair, members of the board. I am joined this morning, Dennis Quilty, attorney representing the licensee. With us is Seamus O'Sullivan, who is the previously approved manager of record. The board will, of course, recognize that this applicant was before you for the approval of its license some time ago. Subsequent to that, additional space in the building at 1 Washington Mall became available to them. So we are literally filing today to add that space, which is on the Washington Mall side of the building. This is the building which formerly housed the Wax Museum, the space rather. It's right on City Hall Plaza, and the new space is on the Staples side of the building, if you will. So they added square footage on that side, and we're here this morning to simply add that space to the existing description of the license. And we're certainly happy to answer any questions.
Okay, thank you. I don't have any questions, Commissioner Curran or Commissioner Saxon, do you?
Do not, thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter, beginning with elected officials or their representatives?
Yes, Madam Chair, members of the board, Connor Newman with the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services. At this time, the Mayor's Office likes to defer to the board. At this time, we're unaware of any concerns from the community. Thank you.
Thanks, Connor.
Good morning, Madam of the Chair, members of the board, Ana Calderon from Council President Flink's office. The councilor would like to go on record in support. Thank you.
Thanks, Anna.
Thank you. Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter?
Madam Chair, John Nucci, Senior Vice President for External Affairs at Suffolk University. As you may know, we operate a residence hall at 1 Court Street, the former site of the Ames Hotel. We would like to go on record as being in support of this project. We think it's important that we encourage projects that bring visibility and activity to the area, and we see it as a benefit. Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you, Secretary Green. Thank you, members of the board.
Thanks, John.
Thank you, Mr. Nucci. Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Board will take this under advisement.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Calling item number 10, LBV Hotel LLC, doing business as Lowe's Hotel Boston Hotel, located at 154 Berkeley Street. Holder of an in-holder all alcoholic beverages license has petitioned to transfer the license from the above to EAHG Boston TRS LLC, doing business as the Lowe's Hotel at the same location. Robert Rivers, manager. Secondly, has petitioned for approval of a management agreement between EAHG Boston TRS LLC and Franklin Hospitality Management LLC. Who's present on behalf of the applicant?
Good morning, Madam Chair, members of the board, Elizabeth Pisano from Upton, Connell, and Devlin on behalf of the applicant. The applicant is seeking to transfer the license at the same location and apply for a management agreement for a related management company. Here with me today is a general manager and proposed manager of record, Robert Rivers, and David Hacken, the director of food and beverages. The Lowe's Hotel is being purchased by Electra America Hospitality Group, which is an international hotel investment fund made up of several companies with expertise in commercial construction, hotel ownership, and management. They currently own properties in several states, the UK and Canada, and in connection therewith, the currently licensed entity is selling the license to the new company for $450,000. There is no substantial operational changes to the hotel or restaurant. There'll be no changes to the structure or the footprint, but they will be undergoing like a cosmetic refresh of the interior public spaces, rooms, and hallways over the next year. So there will be an investment in the property, which will benefit the city. Franklin Hospitality Management will manage the property with respect to the food and beverage operations. And this management company is owned by certain principals of the property owner, so they are related entities. The proposed manager of record, Robert Rivers, is a U.S. citizen, Massachusetts resident, and is familiar with the rules and regulations pertaining to the sale of alcohol. He is a current manager of record on the license. He's been a general manager at Lowe's since 2017 and has been the manager of record at the hotel. And he has worked as a general manager for other major hotel groups for 30 plus years. So he has extensive experience in the industry. And we're here to answer any additional questions you may have.
Thank you, attorney. Thank you, Mr. Rivers, for joining us. At this time, I don't have any other questions. Commissioners, do you?
I do not. Thank you.
I do not. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter, beginning with elected officials or their representatives?
Good morning, Madam of the Chair, members of the board. Ana Calderon from Council President Flink's office. The councilor would like to go on record in support. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Board will take this under advisement. Thank you.
Thank you.
Calling item number 11, Tremont Street Burgers LLC, located at 140 Tremont Street. Holder of a common victual or 7-day wine and malt beverages license has petitioned to transfer the license and the location from the above to Tom Yum Yang Inc., located at 156 Harvard Avenue in Alston. Premise consists of 2,862 square feet. First floor will consist of the main dining area, kitchen, bathroom, bar area with seating for 80. Lower basement level will consist of kitchen, walk-in refrigerator and freezer, storage areas, office and bathroom. And second floor will consist of a smaller dining and bar area with seating for 48. There is an enclosed preliminary floor plan on file with the board. Closing hour 2 a.m. Nisa Amy Critter-Raticorn, manager. Attorney Robert Rudolph. Attorney Rudolph.
Hi, good morning. Thank you. Robert Rudolph for Tom Young Yang Inc. And with me is Amy Critter-Raticorn, who will be the manager of record. As stated, we are seeking to transfer the license to 156 Harvard Avenue in Alston from Tremont Street Burgers LLC. This will be a 2-floor authentic Thai barbecue and soup restaurant. The owners of the restaurant will be 50% Miss Critter-Raticorn, who is here with us this morning, and her mother, whose name is Penjon. They currently own the Sugar and Spice restaurant in Cambridge. They've operated it for 20 years. It's a great addition to Cambridge. It has 4.4 stars on Google with 695 reviews. They've been operating for 19 years, since 2003. Ms. Critter-Raticorn is tip certified, serve safe manager certified. She's a citizen of the United States. She's over 21 years of age. She'll be living in Lexington. And we are happy to answer any questions that the board has.
Thank you, Attorney Rudolph, and thank you for joining us, Amy. I'm not going to try to pronounce your last name. Just one other question. Are you familiar with the rules and regulations of this board, the ABCC, and the laws of the Commonwealth as they pertain to the sale and service of alcohol?
Yes, so both my mother and I are tip certified in the Serve Safe Manager, so we're familiar.
Okay, and just for my information, your plan is to have a 2-floor Thai restaurant, and you've operated something similar for 19 years in Cambridge?
Yes.
And you've been involved in that as well with your mother? Okay. And seating for 80 people. And you're looking for a 2 a.m. closing hour?
Yes.
Okay. I don't have any other questions. Commissioner Curran or Commissioner Saxon, do you?
I do not. Thank you.
No questions from me. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter, beginning with elected officials or their representatives?
Yes, Madam Chair, members of the board, Connor Newman with the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services. This time, the Mayor's Office would like to defer to the board. Our office held in a butters meeting on June 28th. No concerns were raised from the community. We don't imagine there will be concerns here, but they have not had a chance to meet with the applicant, the Alston Civic Association, which went on hiatus last month due to the summer months. I know in the coming weeks, they're going to be meeting with the executive board next week and the general membership the following week. And I know that the Alston Civic Association has sent a letter in this morning just requesting that a vote be deferred until they complete that portion of the community process. With that, we defer to the board. Thank you.
If I could just add one thing on that, because we were copied on the letter. The primary concern, and I'll just say we have reached out to the Alston Civic Association 6 times since early July. We fully intend to be a great addition to the neighborhood. Amy and her mother are contributing $500,000 of their own money to renovate what's a dilapidated space right now on Harvard Avenue. And we wanted to meet with the board before the hearing. We reached out many times. They weren't meeting this month. And we continue to be willing to meet. We want to be good neighbors, but we didn't want to hold this up because Amy and her mother have been paying rent for many months at this point.
Sure.
And their main concern was that the description that was advertised at a bar area. And I just want to clarify for everyone, the intention is not to operate a stand-up bar. It's a chef's kitchen with bar stools to seat more dining. And that goes for both floors, that it's intended to be seated dining there.
Okay. So just to clarify the process, I want to make sure I have it correct in my notes. There wasn't a butters meeting. There was no concerns raised by the abutters. You've attempted to reach out to the Alston Civic Association, but they weren't meeting this month. So you're meeting with their executive committee next week?
Well, they in the letter that they sent, we started reaching out on July 5th. They responded, we reached out again on July 5th. They responded July 12th that they weren't meeting the month of July. We reached out again on the 19th and the 26th. And then just this past Saturday, we received an email stating what Mr. Newman said. And in the email, they said that they were having a meeting on August 9th with the executive committee and August 17th with membership, and asked us if we'd attend. And I responded and called the president, and we haven't heard back to either the email or the call.
Okay, and when was the abutters meeting?
The butters meeting was held on June 28th, over a month ago.
Okay, Commissioner Curran, Commissioner Saxon, any other questions about process or anything?
Attorney Rudolph, when would you be ready to open if we went forward tomorrow?
I'd have to defer to Amy on that. I know that the plans, we want to make sure that the license is going to get transferred before we start the substantial renovations that my client intends to put in. They're making a significant personal investment using funds that they've been able to generate from their other restaurant over the past 20 years.
So this would hold up your renovation plans if we decided not to move forward.
Amy, is that correct?
Yeah, so right now we're in the final stages of getting everything sorted and talking with the builders and et cetera. So it should be moving very shortly.
Right, and then a several weeks process because this would have to go up to the ABCC before. Okay.
Right. Yeah, that's why, we obviously want to be good neighbors and we wanted to meet with the neighborhood association, but that's why we wanted to move forward today. And also just, they're concerned that I wish we had a chance to talk with them on the phone, because they're concerned about this bar area really is not a concern, because it's not a bar, not a bar with beer taps that you imagine when you think of a bar.
Okay.
Thank you. Are there any other questions from the board? Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? And the board will take this under advisement as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Calling item number 12, August Summer Group LLC, doing business as Toto Ramen, located at 169 Brighton Ave in Alston. Holder of a common victular 7-day wines and malt beverages license has petitioned to transfer the license and the location from the above to LMP BTR LLC, doing business as Silver Dove Afternoon Tea, located at 18 Tremont Street, Suite 102. Premise consists of in one room on ground floor consisting of banquet seating and dining tables and 2 beverage service stations, restrooms and kitchen towards rear, storage in basement, 1,148 square feet total. Closing hour 10 p.m. We have 2 different managers of record listed on the application here, so I'll ask Attorney Quilty to clarify that as well as the closing time. So Attorney Quilty.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Green. Thanks again, Madam Chair, members of the board. Dennis Quilty representing the applicant. With us is Patrick Brewster, the proposed manager of record. Patrick, could you unmute yourself there so you can, there you go. Thank you. I think the confusion is the name of the manager of the transferor is listed as well as the transferee. So I think for purposes of today, it's just Mr. Brewster who would be subject to the questions.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yes, you're more than welcome. This is a transfer of this malt wine license to this location on Tremont Street. I'm sure familiar to the board, just outside of Government Center on Tremont Street in a very commercial district. This is a very, I think, a one-of-a-kind proposal. Mr. Brewster's concept is a very a unique small plates, teas, small plates of both sweet and savory food, if you will, combined with teas, and then also wines, prosecco, champagnes, and the like. We feel it will be a very welcome addition to the downtown, commercial community, a place where people can go and relax, have a nice lunch after work, early dinner, et cetera, early closing hour, as you can see, a very small space. And again, we have Mr. Brewster here, who is the proposed manager of record and the person behind the concept, and would be happy to answer any more questions you may have on concept and, of course, his position as manager of record. So we will stand by for your questions on that. Thank you.
Thank you, Attorney Quilty. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Brewster. I'm going to ask you the manager of record questions. Are you a citizen?
Yes.
Are you a resident of Massachusetts?
Yes.
And where do you live?
I live in Boston.
Do you have experience in the food and beverage industry?
Yes, I've been a bartender since 2016.
Okay. And are you familiar with the rules and regulations of this board, the ABCC, and the laws of the Commonwealth as they pertain to the sale and service of alcohol?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Madam Chair, I forgot. I forgot to say, we did meet with the downtown bid, and we did have an abutters meeting hosted by the neighborhood services.
Thank you. Commissioner Saxon or Commissioner Curran, do you have any questions at this time?
I do not. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter, beginning with elected officials or their representatives?
Madam Chair, members of the board, Connor Newman with the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services. This time, the Mayor's Office would like to defer judgment to the board. As you heard from the applicant, there's been significant community outreach, and our office is unaware of any concerns at this time. Thank you.
Good morning, Madam of the Chair, members of the board. Anna Calderon from Council President Flink's office. The councilor would like to go on record in support. Thank you.
Thank you, Anna.
Thank you. Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Okay, and the board will take this under advisement. Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll take a second call for items 2 and 3 on this morning's agenda. Has anybody joined us on behalf of Diamond Rock Boston? And last chance, items 2 and 3, from the Hilton Boston Downtown Faneuil Hall with the Westin Boston Waterfront, Diamond Rock. Is there anybody with us on behalf of those 2 licensees? All right, we will contact them and try to reschedule for an upcoming hearing. Those are all the items before the board today. Thank you, everybody. That concludes this hearing.
Thank you.